Hello, everyone. We are starting week 4, and I hope everyone had a great weekend. And those of you that live in Southern California, I hope you stayed dry. We've had a pretty big rain and winter storm today. Just to let you know, I'm looking over the agenda here. So, week 4, your papers have all been graded. Finished the last batch a couple hours ago this evening. So, those are all done. Make sure, as I said in class on Tuesday night, that you take a look at the comments that I have made within the body of your paper. And I did want to just point out one issue that I saw on quite a few papers, and that's the concept of the running head. So, APA format does require the running head, which shows up in the header, and on the first page only, it says running head with a capital R for running and lowercase head, colon, and then the title of your paper, and the title of your paper needs to be 50 words or less, or the abbreviated title. So once again, running head, capital R for running, and lowercase head, so you do not capitalize that H, and then a colon, and then your title. Then on all subsequent pages, you do not use the words running head, it's just the title. So hopefully that'll clear up something. I saw that on quite a few papers. The rest of it, check your comments, but it also would not hurt for a number of you to make sure you're taking advantage of some of those APA guidelines and writing prompts that they have. So it'll make things much easier if you get the APA guidelines taken care of now. It'll make life much easier here in, I believe you're going to be doing 580 or 581. Probably during summer you'll start your research projects. So we want to make sure we get that APA stuff all squared away. The next thing on the agenda is just a brief discussion over the learning module and chapter 7. So I will tell you that they are both relatively short chapters. Chapter 7 is a pretty short chapter in the book, and it covers classified personnel. So the emphasis for this week is on classified personnel. And then the learning module spends just almost all of its time talking about the creation of a personnel commission, which oversees your classified personnel in many districts. Just want to make sure that everyone's aware that not all school districts utilize a personnel commission. Some just have a classified personnel office. So a personnel commission is not required by Ed Code or government code to be in place in a school district. It's an option, and it's also not required for our charter and private school agencies. And I know there's a couple private school employees in our class cohort, so they do not utilize personnel commissions. Regarding classified personnel, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time lecturing, but I do want to just point out a couple of things in reference to that. You'll find as an administrator, your classified personnel, one of the biggest areas that you may get yourself into trouble is on what's classified, what they call as working out of classification. So you may have a secretary that can speak Spanish, but if you use her as a bilingual secretary, but her job is not a bilingual secretary, it's just a secretary, she's now working out of classification. Sometimes asking individuals to get a mop and clean up a mess, that's not a custodian, such as maybe a health aide or a nurse that's cleaning up a mess in the office from a sick child, and then all of a sudden the custodian comes in and gets upset because somebody's doing their job, or that person that had to do the job gets upset because it's not my job to do that. I don't get paid to clean this up or to do that type of thing. And it all comes back to having people work out of classification. Now, I do want to say that most people will do what needs to be done for our kids. We all got into this profession, whether we're administrators or teachers or office workers or security officers, instructional aides, clerical support. We work with kids because we want to do what's right for kids. So people will do what's right. Unfortunately, sometimes it's the other person that sees that. So your Spanish-speaking secretary may love to communicate in Spanish to parents because it makes everything so much easier. You don't just have to worry about that person. You have to worry about the other people that are in that office that see what's going on. And quite often, they are the ones that end up making a phone call to the union to file a grievance on behalf of somebody else. And that person may not even want to have a part of that grievance, but any bargaining member can file on behalf of somebody else. So just know that one of the biggest issues to make sure you're aware of is the job classifications and making sure people stay within those. So that's my extra 2 cents on classified personnel. I'll let Dr. Townley and the learning module give you guys all the rest of the information on that. And I know we talked about this in class last Tuesday night. And so just a reminder before I forget, we will have a virtual class session next Tuesday night, which is Tuesday, February 9th. And that is, for many of you, you might have that Monday off. So anytime we have that Monday holiday, Tuesdays come pretty early because they seem like Mondays. So just remember, Tuesday, February 9th, we do have class from 6 to about 7:10, somewhere around there. Won't keep you too long, I promise. So the last thing on the agenda for tonight is assignment 2, which I did talk about last week. But just a reminder, you can work with a partner. That partner needs to work in another school district. You can have a third partner if there are 3 of you. I did get an email on this. If there are 3 of you, 2 of you can work in the same district. You don't have to have 3 different school districts. If you have 3 different school districts, that is fine as well. And the general concept of this paper is that you're just going to look at the certificated employee evaluation process and compare those between the 2 school districts. 3 reliable sources, and it is a 7 to 10 page paper following the APA format, and all the rest of the details, if you need them, are in the syllabus and posted on Blackboard. And with that, I will close out my agenda, and now I see me again. So I will let that wrap up our night. So have a great week, and I will see you guys kind of in person next Tuesday night.